This is a Jon-Claude production.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into, well, a really incredible story. It's the journey of Jon-Claude, a super producer. We've got this first-hand account, pretty raw stuff, about his hustle, his survival, and our mission, really, is to figure out how someone could go from being homeless, facing down a gun, dealing with betrayals, having literally everything stolen, and still end up a self-made, independent millionaire. It's quite a ride. Beats and betrayal, you could say. Okay, so let's get into it. Jon-Claude, he started out as J-Swag Beats. This was way back, like 8th grade, around 2003. He was coming up with guys like M on Beats. And there was this early flicker of potential, right? A deal with Po' Boy through Ron May. That's a pretty big label. But it just fell apart. He wasn't 18 yet, and apparently his mom couldn't really navigate the contracts.
Yeah, and it's interesting. That first hurdle wasn't just about his age, was it? Kind of shows how the industry itself, with all the legal stuff, can almost accidentally push talent towards doing it all themselves, even before they maybe plan to. Because ambition's one thing, but sometimes these outside systems are the first real challenge.
Totally. And this next part, this is where it gets really intense. A friend, Raphael, connects him with this artist, Q Beast. I think he goes by Q Boom or Q Believe now. Jon-Claude gives him a beat, and Q Beast actually performs it live on Brazil TV. Huge exposure. But Jon-Claude's there, asks for just a quick shout out. And Q Beast straight up lies, says no, never gave it. So Jon-Claude leaks the track, understandably maybe. And Q Beast just explodes hateful comments online, threats involving Fat Joe, his crew Zoe Pound. I mean, that's serious street stuff. Apparently Jon-Claude kept having his producer tag removed because, and I'm quoting the source here, bitch, he was the first rapper. Wild.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Those early betrayals, they weren't just like personal insults. They were a crash course, a really brutal one in how power works in music. Or doesn't work sometimes. How partnership can get twisted. And that lesson, ironically, probably became one of his biggest assets later on, resolve.
Yeah, resolve built the hard way. And it didn't stop there. There was this partnership with 3M Alexander. He was Lord Shenhu back then. They were prepping for the Revolt Music Conference, RMC, a big industry event. But things apparently got messy. The account mentions a bad Latina in red high heels, kind of disrupting things, creating this weird polygamous relationship vibe, shattered their whole focus. But even with that personal drama, Jon-Claude still worked the RMC, made connections, met Post Malone, saw Cardi B, networked with some of Diddy's people, even got a video with DJ Smokey. Hustle mode.
Right, and that's what's remarkable. He takes that disappointment, that broken partnership, and instead of folding, he channels it into just pure individual drive. It really shows his adaptability, making key connections even when his main plan or partnership just falls apart right in front of him. He wasn't just relying on one thing.
Okay, but the most chilling moment had to be with his roommate, DJ Dave. It was over a music file, something technical, and DJ Dave's cousin, Starlife, pulls a gun on Jon-Claude.
His response, just defiant. Shoot me, nigga. Just imagine that. A really profound moment of just standing his ground. After that, he just took his equipment, walked out, decided right then, I'm done with partners.
That moment with the gun, it just crystallizes everything, doesn't it? That feels like the turning point, where self-reliance wasn't just a strategy, it became like his core principle, absolute self-reliance. It's an extreme situation, obviously, but it perfectly shows how sometimes the absolute worst experiences can forge the strongest resolve,
And the hits kept coming even after that. He gets kicked out by a drunken roommate in Miami, then gets jumped by two brothers, just relentless adversity. And then maybe the lowest point, his entire car, a convertible Lexus, stolen, right from a Denny's parking lot. And inside, all his priceless equipment, everything, gone. But somehow, all of this, the source says, it forged him into a beast. It paints such a vivid picture of the sheer grind, doesn't it? Overcoming not just industry setbacks, but like life-threatening, soul-crushing obstacles, one after another. It shows the spirit that just wouldn't quit, no matter what. It really makes you ask, what does it take to build that kind of unshakable will? How much can someone endure?
And look where he is now. Today, Jon-Claude, he's that self-made independent millionaire, a super producer who's, as he puts it, feeding the streets like they fed him. New beats, new gear, paying it forward. He really did become the star he set out to be. And if you want a taste of his sound now, check out his track, Check with Mr. Zoe. Seriously, that track could go head-to-head with anything on the charts right now. No major label push needed. He's clearly on the upswing. There's even hints of a Billboard hit with Scott Storch. So, Jon-Claude's story. It's just this powerful example of grit, right? Unwavering self-belief, winning out over betrayal after betrayal, setback after setback.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with this thought, doesn't it? In an industry that praises collaboration, networks, major backing, what does his journey tell us about the sheer, maybe lonely, but undeniable power of just going it alone? Forging your own path against absolutely everything makes you think. Check him out. He's definitely someone to watch.